this morning, Riley Greene, Tigers outfielder, was named AL Player of the Week. And I guess that if you get named AL, can we just make a rule? If you get named League Player of the Week, you also win Badass of the Week. I
I
think
guess.
it's pretty obvious, especially when you see that he hit 464 this week, 13 hits, 4 home runs, 8 RBI, 1393 OPS for the week. 2 of those home runs, not only did they come in the same game on Friday, they came in the same inning. The 9th inning on Friday against the LA Angels, and it couldn't have been more hilarious. That is actually a new record. There have been 62 players that have hit 2 home runs in the same inning, but no one has ever done it in the 9th inning.
Makes sense.
Riley is the first. The game was tied 1-1 going into the 9th, and the Tigers ended up winning 9-1. And it's funny. I mentioned last week, or I was visiting some buddies down in Austin, Texas, and we found a sports bar that had shit tons of TVs, and they actually had the Tigers game on 2 different small TVs. So we're kind of seeing what was going on, but there's no audio or anything. And my buddy's like, "Didn't we just see Riley hit a home run like a little bit ago?" Like, what the? He just hit 2 home runs in the 9th inning. Like, what the fuck? So it was amusing. I I think the Angels are an embarrassing organization. How they've wasted so much generational talent with Mike Trout, through maybe not through fault of their own, but he gets hurt all the time. But they had Shohei Ohtani on their fucking roster. They can't make the playoffs. So to see a record like that get set against them makes me laugh and makes me happy. So fuck the Angels. It's so cool that Riley is he was kind of struggling going into that series, actually, going into last week. So he is clearly righted the ship, as he is now AL player. So, and of course, our badass. Tigers are also the best team in the American League. You may have noticed that this
I
is the
have.
second week running. They've continued their hot ways. In fact, if you look at their last 81 games, half a season essentially,
Okay.
combines the start of this season and that amazing 31-13 stretch last year plus 20.
Yes.
They are now 53-28 over that span, which makes, extrapolate times 2. They're 106 win pace right now over the last 81 games. So they are getting some shit done.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's kind of good. They're actually slowed
just
their
wanted
pace.
clarification, man.
Yeah. Their pace is actually they went 31-13 in that stretch to end last season. They're only 22-13 right now, so they've slowed down a bit.
Yeah.
Kind of ridiculous what they're doing.
I also find it so fucking humorous still. I know the season's not over, but said the arrow's pointing up for the Tigers. That again, like they were kind of not even thought of as a legitimate contender in the AL Central. But they're not just a contender in the AL Central.
Yeah.
They're the number one they're the number one team in all the AL. So
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus. Come on, folks, wake up.
Well, they're doing it because they lead the league, or amongst the league leaders in pretty much every team statistical category. They're third. They rank third. I had this all written down. Sorry, this is part of the discombobulation. Discombobulation.
Whatever you're trying to say, are you drunk?
No, I'm not drunk. That's the irony. We're doing this on a Tuesday afternoon. I've had a bunch of water and a Coke Zero here. I've had a lot of shit going down though. But
is it a Jack and Coke Zero?
Yeah, I wish.
They make that.
I find it. Thanks for stalling for me there.
Yeah, no problem. I can do this show on my own if I had to.
Right now, they rank third in the American League in not only runs, hits, and home runs. They're also second in OPS. On the pitching side, of course, they are first in the American League with a 2.96 ERA, team ERA.
Nice.
And they're second in WHIP. So when you're amongst the leaders in all those categories on both sides of the ball, you are going to be amongst the best teams in the American League. I think they have like the third best record, maybe fourth best record overall. But it's a fun time right now. They were off last night. They are in Colorado starting tonight, which is should be fun. Unfortunately, it looks like it's raining shitloads there, so I don't even know if they're going to play tonight. So it kind of sucks. They're going to lose two days kind of lose momentum. They're going to have to play a doubleheader at some point, which I feel like always gives an advantage to a shittier team, just because you have to play that so differently. At least, well, depending on how the bullpen goes in the first game. But so I would love for them to be able to play tonight. But I don't think it's going to happen.
Sounds to me like a trap series, Smitty.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah,
It's a trap.
all this could go for naught. But so far, so fucking good. It's been a blast. So.
Word Hole Media.